I fired my job back in 2016, and I've also generated over 7 figures online in my business with just one digital product doing a little over 900K. And I'm gonna just give you the exact blueprint that I used to do it so you can just do the same. Now, it's only gonna take me about 5 minutes to break down how you can fire your job. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then honestly, why are you even watching this? I'm sure that you love to have people that aren't as cool as you tell you when you can eat food in the middle of the day and when you can take time off to go see and spend time with people that you love. So enjoy your life, but let's get right into it. But first, everything starts off with making a simple decision, and that is it. You have to make a decision. The problem is that most people, they think that they can make choices. And the problem with making choices versus making a decision is choices has options. A decision is definitive. You need to make a decision and say, I am going to fire my job. And the reason why I say fire instead of quit my job, I ain't no quitter. And I'm sure you ain't no quitter, right? We firing them motherfuckers. So you need to make the decision. You need to draw a line in the sand, make the decision, and be willing to die behind that decision. Stop making choices, make a decision. Now, once you've actually made the decision that this is something that you're gonna do, and you're going to stop negotiating with yourself and your goals and your dreams like you always do, we need to put a date on it. When are you going to fire your job? When are you going to take control of your life? When are you going to start doing what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it on your own time? Most people, they never get to accomplish their goals and their dreams and their aspirations because they don't have a definitive date to keep themselves accountable on when they're going to do something. If you ask somebody that has a goal of firing their job, they'll say, oh, I want to fire my job one day. Oh, I want to make 6 figures one day. And 6 figures is a low goal. That shouldn't be most people, when they think of 6 figures, they only think of 100,000. They don't think that 6 figures goes up to $999,999, right? But I want to make 6 figures when? One day. I want to make 7 figures when? One day. I want this car when? One day. Put a date on it and write this down somewhere to where you can see it all the time. My date that I put for myself was April 1st, 2016. I said, I have to figure out something by April 1st, 2016, because this Poindexter looking motherfucker just told me that I could not take off to go spend time with my mother and my family on the holidays. He says, oh no, we need you here. I said, okay, I can't do this. April 1st, 2016, I'm out of here. I gotta make something shake. Now, once you've made the decision and you've actually put a date on it, you need to calculate what is called your freedom number. Now, this is an actual plan, and this is an actual blueprint, and this is actual step-by-step what I did. Most people, they don't have any plan. They're just running around. They don't have any GPS to follow. Think about it. When you hop in your car, you don't just hop in your car and just start driving around and hoping that you just get to some destination, right? You have the end in mind. We need to start with the end in mind. Every time I hop in my car, I either know where I'm headed in my head, like I already know the location, or I put the address in my GPS and then the address takes me because it knows where the end goal is. Most people, they don't have a freedom number. And the freedom number, this is where you take anywhere between 6 to 12 months of expenses, right? 6 to 12 months of expenses. This is going to be your freedom number. If you're a little more on the danger side like I was, you can do 6 months. If you're a little more on the timid side, you can do 12 months, 1 year. But 6 to 12 months of expenses. And when I say expenses, I don't just mean your bills. I mean every single expense that you have. If you like to eat at Chick-fil-A every single Tuesday, you can still go eat at Chick-fil-A on every single Tuesday. If you like to drink tequila, you can still go drink tequila on Saturdays. I'm talking about add up, look at your bank statements and add up every single expense that you have. And you want to save up 6 to 12 months of that. The reason for this is because you'll have a cushion, and you know that even if you don't make a single dollar for yourself as an entrepreneur, you know that your lifestyle will not change for at least 6 to 12 months. So if you have 6 months of expenses saved up, your entire life's purpose for that entire 6 months is to make sure that the 7th month gets paid for. If you have 12 months of expenses saved up, your entire life's mission is to make sure that the 13th month gets paid for. Now, you may be able to get that 7th month paid for within the first 2 weeks. It might take you 4 months to get that 7th month paid for, 4 months or 6 months to get that 13th month paid for. But that's the life of an entrepreneur. And that's why it's not for everybody. That's why it's more people out here working 9 to 5s than more people out here actually bossed up. You just make sure that the next month is paid for, and you just continue and continue and continue. That's why this life isn't for the meek. This life isn't for the timid. This life is for the hunters. This life is for the go-getters. This life is for the people that realize that they have the control to architect and design whatever it is that they want in their life. This life is for the people that they know that they can push something on this side and they have the control to have something come out on this side. This life is for the people that choose to make stuff happen instead of always letting life happen. I know that I can make things happen. I know that I make shit move. Shit don't make me move. Right? This life isn't for everybody, but this life is for you, or you won't be watching this video right now. Now, before you even think about finding your job, you need to have a few things in order. There's this one guy, I'll never forget him. I haven't seen this guy since 2016 when I fired my job. I used to work at a bank. This guy's name was Antonio Zuniga. Antonio, he was one of those customers, and he had like a lot of bank accounts, and there was always a lot of stuff going on in his accounts. And I asked if we could meet one day, and he said, yeah, sure. And I asked him what he did, and he told me he was in business. He was in commercial real estate and whatnot, and all these different accounts. But I told him that I had made the decision to fire my job. He tried to talk me out of it at first. But then once he saw that I had already made the decision and wasn't no negotiating with myself, I drew that line in the sand. He said, okay, well, this is what you need to do. How's your credit score? I said, my credit score is good. He said, okay, go and get as many credit cards as you possibly can before you quit or before you fire them. Remember, we ain't no quitters. He said, go and get as many credit cards as possible. He said, you'll get a little ding on your credit just for the inquiries, but go ahead and get as many cards as you can. I think I went in, I got maybe 4 or 5 credit cards real quick. The reason for this, he was not telling me to get these credit cards to just go and swipe all willy-nilly. He was saying, you're about to be out here and you're about to start hunting. You're making the decision to be a wild dog instead of a house pet. You're making the decision to be a wolf out here. And he said, you're making the decision to not only be a wolf, because wolves run in packs. He said, you're making the decision to be a lone wolf. So he wanted me to have those credit cards to where it's just in case anything got bad for me, I would have something to fall back on, or I could have some credit cards to finance my life until I got back on my feet. That's the only reason that he said that. So I highly advise you, if your credit is not in order, work on and get your credit score up before you even think about firing your job. Because no bank, I'm telling you this from my experience, no bank is gonna fuck with you for at least 2 years from you being a full-time entrepreneur. You need to at least have 2 years of being in existence in business, or you need to actually have some nice cash flow coming in. But outside of having nice cash flow coming in, he said that ain't no bank gonna fuck with me until I have at least 2 years of business experience. That's why he told me to go and get those credit cards just in case I need it. He said utilize your employer's health insurance. Oops. He said, utilize my employer's health and dental insurance before you fire your boss, before you fire your job. Because he said, you may not have health insurance for a moment. He was taking himself back to when he first became a full-time entrepreneur. He said, so go get checked up. Go see that your health is right. If the doctor says that something's not right, work on that before you fire your job. If you need your teeth worked on, you go get a checkup at the dentist. Go get your teeth cleaned. The dentist says something's messed up with your teeth. Get the dentist to do that before you think about firing your job. These are things that people don't think about in place, and I'm so thankful that I had Antonio. And he broke this all down to me in one lunch. We were only sitting together for about 30 minutes at a Jason's Deli that was right across the street from the bank that I worked at, a sandwich spot. And I was actually eating soft serve ice cream now that I'm thinking about it. But you want to have your health and your dental in place. But this is something that I did too. Since I knew my freedom number and I calculated that, and I knew that I had until April 1st, I put a date on that. I did everything in my power to get that money, right? Think, how bad do you really want it? I had a $10 per week lunch budget. I'm not going to Chick-fil-A. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm saving up all these coins because I would physically get sick to my stomach just with the thought of going to work each day. I used to have to wake up an extra 90 minutes early just to brush my teeth because the thought of going to work, I would get nauseous, and some mornings I would throw up while I was trying to brush my teeth just because the mental stress and hatred of my job and the coworkers and the Poindexter manager that thought he was the boss. This guy's name was Dale. If whatever you all can think a Dale looks like, this is what my manager looked like. And if you have a manager, supervisor, whatever, do not call them your boss, because they ain't the boss of shit. They ain't running nothing. All these supervisors, managers out here in the corporate world and at these 9-to-5 jobs, they think that they bosses. They not no boss. They just a supervisor. They're just a manager. But I'm not telling you to go this extreme. I'm just telling you what I did. I had a $10 a week lunch budget. Every single day for lunch, I would eat Chef Boyardee. And here's the thing about Chef Boyardee. Guess what? It all tastes the same. I was trying to get all these different things to switch it up. I would get spaghetti and meatballs, and I get the ravioli, then I would get the alphabet stuff and SpaghettiOs. It all tastes the same. But I would take a can of Chef Boyardee, some type of cheap fruit, whether that would be bananas, grapes, something like that, something cheap, and some lemon cookies. Think those lemon cookies back in the day, your granny might have had that big old pack of lemon cookies. It comes like 872 lemon cookies in a whole pack for like $2. That would be my lunch, because I was stacking up every single day. And then during my lunch break, I would go to a Chick-fil-A parking lot because I hated being in the building. I would drive to this Chick-fil-A down the street, and I would just sit in my car for that hour with my Chef Boyardee, my lemon cookies, and my fruit, and I would just be plotting. I would be plotting for that hour every single day. Then I would work on my business after work. I had a 9-to-5. I would work on my business 5 to 9. But this is just a simple blueprint to just firing your job, and anybody can do that. Anybody can follow this blueprint, right? But as an entrepreneur, I then realized that I wanted to take my business online, and I just start studying the online marketplace. I'm like, how is everybody making money online? Everybody's selling something. I need to sell something. Everybody's selling a digital product. I need to sell a digital product. The only digital product that people are making real money with, it is an informational product, an info product teaching about something that you know how to do. I packaged that up. So I'm like, if I'm going to have an online business and a digital product is going to be the engine to my vehicle, and my vehicle is my online business. The digital product is going to be the engine to my vehicle. I'm like, how am I going to get this to people? There's no other way in today's day and age to get your product to people outside of making content. Now, I'm talking about online business right now, but this is just a business principle, period. I don't understand people that have brick and mortar businesses that don't make content and they wonder why ain't nobody walking through the door. That's this Mexican restaurant that I love. Nobody's walking through the door. I'm like, I need to find out who the owner is, because I'm like, yo, if y'all don't get people walking through this door, I'm gonna miss out on these enchiladas that I love. Why don't y'all make some freaking content to get some people through here? But the most profitable business is going to be selling digital products online. Why? Because there's zero barrier to entry, and there's literally zero to very minimum cost just to create the digital product. My first digital product, I didn't spend $1. I made it myself, recorded the videos, wrote the ebook myself, made the cover on Canva, and that first digital product is the one where I dropped the screenshot. Let's drop it again. That made it a little over 900K. I spent $0 on creating that product, right? But how do I get it to people? It's content, and this is a simple content strategy. First, you have to build out what's called an avatar. Now, your avatar is going to be your target customer. So you have to figure out what problem are you going to solve? Because us as entrepreneurs, we're only in the problem-solving business, and that is it. If you can spend time, or if you can obsess on fixing a problem for somebody, you're going to be able to get paid for forever. Think about every single thing that you purchase, period. It fixes a problem for you. I have this bottle of water right here. It fixes a problem of my hydration. I'm thirsty, and if I don't have water, I'm gonna die. Right? I have this microphone right here. I know that I create content. It's more important. The audio is actually more important than the visual. It fixes a problem. Right? I have this stylus pen right here. It fixes a problem. Everything fixes a problem. So the problem where most people have is that they don't spend any time out building an avatar profile. And an avatar is just your customer profile, one person. This isn't plural. Most people, they're trying to sell stuff to everybody that they can't sell stuff to anybody. Or they pick a niche. I know you probably heard that right. Pick a niche down, wrong. You don't want to pick a niche. You want to pick a person within the niche. What is their name? What is their age? What do they do for employment? What do they look like? How much money do they make? What movies do they watch? How do they feel? I go real deep on my avatar profile because I know exactly who it is that I'm speaking to. And I know what music references I can drop. I know what movie references I can drop. I know what shows I can drop. I know that I can wear a Whitney Houston t-shirt. And they're gonna think it's dope that I know that Whitney Houston's nickname is Nippy. Right? I go deep on my avatar profile. One avatar with one digital product and one source of traffic, you can scale that to a high 6- and 7-figure level. So before you even think about selling something to a niche, you fix that one problem for the avatar. So now that you have your avatar profile built, now you create the content for that avatar. And that is the only content that you create. A lot of people, they wonder why they can't catch any rhythm, why they can't get any emotion, why they can't get any traction or momentum in their content creation. And I'm like, you can't, because you don't know who you're making the content for. Right? And everybody, they want to be these quote unquote content creators. No, you need to think entrepreneur first. Because the only content creators that are really making money, they have a business mind and they're selling solutions to problems to their avatars. Most content creators, they're just out here just hoping, crossing their fingers, hoping that they get a bunch of views and get monetized and make money off of AdSense or brand partnerships or whatnot, instead of turning it into a business. Right? Look at the Kardashians. Yeah, I'm sure they get deals and whatnot, but they turned that stuff into a business. Kylie Jenner, billionaire. The main guy whose YouTube channel that I follow, he's now surpassed 10,000 subscribers. But when I came across him, he had 7,000 YouTube subscribers. Turned those 7,000 YouTube subscribers into a $100,000 per month business. You think somebody that has a million subscribers is making that much with AdSense? Trust me, my friend, they're not. You need to sell something. But you build your avatar profile. Now you make content for that avatar, and this is how you get motion. Everybody complaining about the algorithm. Oh, the algorithm, it doesn't show my stuff to anybody, because it doesn't know who your content is for. Because now the algorithm will categorize you. The algorithm doesn't show most people's content to people because it doesn't know who to put it in front of, because most people did not make their content for anybody. It's very simple. And now once the algorithm categorizes you, it puts you in its different traffic sources of more people that fit your avatar profile. And this is the cycle of how you create content that sells. Now, your digital product, it can be about anything. Just start thinking, what comes easy to you that comes harder for others? What is that thing that people come to you for help about? What is that thing that people come to you for advice about? What is that thing that people come to you for your knowledge and tutelage about? And it can be anything. One of the number one selling courses on Teachable was a course teaching how to play the piano. I met somebody at a networking event that was making, they said between $40,000 and $70,000 a month teaching people how to walk dogs. It can be anything, but your digital product, it has to come from you and something that you know how to do. Like all these people that you see on the screen right now, their digital product is from something that they know how to do. And if you're ready to make more working less from stuff that you already know with digital products, go ahead and click the link down in the description to join this Credit at the Top community for weekly coaching from myself, all of my courses and trainings, plus a private community of entrepreneurs, all designed to grow your business online. It's only $47 a month to join. That's less than a cup of coffee per day. So go ahead and click the link down in the description, and I'll see you on my call this Wednesday. But what is that thing that comes easy to you, that comes harder for others, that you can package up? Use this content flywheel here and make content to your avatar that is fixing their problem. And while they're out here on the internet looking to solve their problem, your content is going to be placed in front of them. And your digital product will be the solution for them. That's how you become a full-time content creator. You don't become a full-time content creator out here just making content, crossing your fingers and hoping that it goes viral. Going viral is like the absolute worst thing that you can do. Going viral is a big no-no. Because if you go viral, you're going to have a whole bunch of people that don't fit your avatar profile seeing your content. Then you'll just have the vanity metrics of having views. But you know how many people be in my messages with like 400,000 followers, 550,000 followers, 88,000 subscribers, that don't know how to make $1 from it. There was some other chick, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but a few years ago, she had like 1 million something subscribers. She had some type of deal with some company where she had to sell a certain amount of shirts, of product to like get this money or whatever. She couldn't sell 20 t-shirts. She had over 1 million subscribers. This isn't a vanity metric game. This is a get paid game. Likes don't bring money. This brings money. So just start thinking, Put the plan together of what you are going to do to fire your job. And this is the exact plan that I've used. This is the exact plan that I've helped countless people use to fire their jobs. Put a date on it, stop negotiating with yourself. Pick a problem that you're going to solve in the marketplace and obsess over fixing that problem. And make content using this flywheel here to solve that problem for your avatar. And you will always be able to get paid. Because if you're constantly working on developing yourself, on acquiring new skills, on investing into your mind to stay better, you will always be ahead of your avatar, because at each level and each step that they get to, they're going to come across new problems. And you will always be able to come with a new solution because you're constantly developing yourself. You're constantly working on your skill set and you're constantly working on your personal development. That's a game of how you can get paid forever out here online, or in these online streets, like I like to call them. All right, so go ahead and click the link down in the description if you want to join the community, and I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. And go ahead and check out this video right here of how I made a little over $200,000 in just a 30-day span selling digital products. I give you the exact blueprint step by step on how I did it. It's crowded at the top.